This is a pumping tank top by Momcozy. I am wearing a size large. I measure like 36, 38 double D. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I actually really like this tank top a lot. If you saw my Momcozy pumping bra review, it didn't go so well. So when I got this tank top, I was like, all right, let's just give it a second chance, see how it goes. And I'm actually very pleasantly surprised. And I think for the price of this tank top, it's priced well, it's reasonable, and it's like middle of the road. So you're still getting quality for a reasonable amount of money. You're not like having to overpay or just pay more for something nicer. Because I do believe in you get what you pay for. So if you pay, there are companies out there that have, higher priced items, and they really are nicer. But for $40, I think this is like a very reasonably priced piece of clothing. It's not uncomfortable. It really holds its shape. It's nice and long. Let me stand up so you could see. So you can tell it's taut. So it holds its shape. Goes right down to my tush, and I'm very happy with it. So I wear it quite often, actually. I didn't call it a nursing tank top because it only has one set of clasps. So when you pull it off, you can pump, but there's not an additional one to come down to nurse. Doesn't mean you can't pull your breast out to nurse. You're just more geared toward more comfortably going to wear this while you're pumping, but it works nursing too, of course. So let's get into the bells and whistles of this tank top. So again, it's taut. It's kind of like body contour, but without like, the super, what am I looking for? It's not super restricting. So it does contour to your body, but again, it's very comfortable, and I don't feel like I'm getting the life sucked out of me, which is very uncomfortable for myself. So I'm happy with this. As far as the structure of the tank top goes, you've got the one clasp here, and it's just your traditional clip, one-handed, easy, nothing fancy, no fluff. And then the actual structure of where the flanges go, which is nice. So I'm gonna drop both down, and I'm still covered. So you can see it's a nice coverage. There's no open areas. There's no, open bullseyes or anything to put your flange in. It's still full 100% coverage, which I really do like. So now I do have a nursing pad underneath this, so don't worry, there's not gonna be any slips with my flange. And if you remember from my original Momcozy review, the bra itself I thought was awful, but the actual design of how your flange is going is not bad. So they did it again here with the tank top. So if I turn to the side so you can see, there's going to be two layers, and this layer comes further like offset of my nipple, and then behind it is another layer. So this is still the bra. This here is my nursing pad. So I've got the two pieces of fabric. You can see how they overlap. So now I'm going to take my flange, I'm going to slide it in, and then I can pull that other fabric to the other side, and now I can simply pump. Just adjust it, and I'm ready to go. So what I like about this is, it does allow for room to move your flange to the center of your breast to pump comfortably. I have tried other bras where it's a similar design, but it doesn't allow for the motion in the fabric, and then you're like stuck, like pumping, like the nipples coming out of the side of your breast, and it's super uncomfortable. So this allows for plenty of movement. It's very comfortable. I believe it's $40. It's well priced. There are pads in the outside layer, which I do not like, but I left them in. You can remove them, so that's not bad. And again, once you're done, just clip it back up, bring it up, clip it back up. You've got really good coverage. It is very supportive, and for, what, 40 bucks or so, it's a pretty well-priced tank top. I can't say anything bad about it. This tank top is in my top 15 favorite pumping items under $40, and that list consists of anything from duckbills, flanges to clothing and in between. So I think it's a really good option. I also am a huge believer that if say you're pregnant right now and you're like, well, I plan on feeding baby at the boob, I am a huge advocate and believer that you should still be bringing a pumping bra, a pumping tank, your pump to the hospital. And I think this is a really good option. I like being covered. I'm not big on nightgowns, or I should really say hospital gowns, nightgowns too. But I just like I like the feel of being clothed. I like the feel of like full clothing, so not just like a bra sometimes. Like this would make me feel very comfortable, especially postpartum. So I think it's just a really great option all the way around. So whether you're gonna wear it around the house, put a sweater on, go to the store, because if these bother you, you can still see the clasp. Like there's no hiding that this is a breastfeeding tank. But again, like it's long enough so you can layer it really nicely and still get away with this if you want to hide it from like a top layer. It's just versatile. It's not a crummy tank top. It wears well, it stretches well, it fits well, and I like it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I really do like this tank, and if you get it, I hope you like it too.